Hey, it's Chappie's Crypto here again for another special edition of the Chappie's Crypto My Trading Journal video series. So we're going to get straight into today's episode. Obviously it's weekend at the moment, so I haven't done any trades over the weekend. I do trade, just for a bit of context. Chappie's Crypto based in Australia. I trade futures contracts, or I'll go through my goals. I've been trading on and off for about a year and a half. Started in the crypto space and got into futures probably 6 months ago roughly. Been through lots of different strategies, a few challenges a few months ago, so I've sort of stepped out of the trading with real live money. About 2 months ago, discovered the ICT trading series on YouTube. Really enjoying going through those videos, and at the moment I'm really just making sure I'm getting my head wrapped around that. So I've got a demo account I've set up. I set that up about a week and a half ago, and just to go through my goals again, I'm going to get into the point of this video shortly, but these are my goals. I'm going to, in the process of saving $10,000 cash from my initial balance to get back into real life trading. Goal is to double my demo account, and during that whole time I'm rewatching all the ICT 2022 mentorship series, and I effectively am using his trading methodology to trade in my demo account. So anyway, the whole point of this video, though, I thought it would be one of the things when I started trading. I found it really difficult to, I suppose, wrap my head around where to just set up accounts, what some of the costs were, and all that sort of stuff. So, I spent a lot of money early on probably buying things I didn't need, or having accounts that I didn't need, or paying for data I didn't need. So I've really learned a lot, and I just wanted to share that with people that are new, possibly, interested in getting involved in trading. This is particularly useful if you're just trading, want to get a demo account as an example and just start to dabble in this space. So first and foremost, the trading platform I use is Trader8. I've checked out quite a few different futures brokers. I'm in Australia, so to fund this account, you actually have to send money for an Australian bank account to a US bank account. That took a little bit of a while to get all that sorted out. However, when I got started, I just started with one of their free accounts, or the demo account. Nice thing about Trader8 though is you can actually set up account without any money. So if you go into the pricing page on their website, which is just up the top here, so just click on this button here, and it's just trader8.com. I don't get paid anything for Trader8. I just do this because this happens to be the particular broker I use. And you scroll down, this is the plan I'm currently on. I've talked about this before. However, there is no monthly membership fee to have access to this account. They allow you to have a free account for 2 weeks. And then you do need to fund the account. Well, from memory, that's what happened when I set my account up. So they give you free access, and if you don't fund it, it gives you two weeks essentially. But once you've funded the account, which I think is a $500 minimum deposit just to get the account funded, you don't have to actively trade it, but once it's funded, you've got access to a demo account, and you can even trade with 500 if you really want to. Anyway, so that's first and foremost, that's the initial account that I had, and this is the account that I still currently use. In regards to the header for this video series, or this particular episode, I talked about what's the cost you've got to have. So when you get involved with any of these platforms, one of the things that's really frustrating is to understand is when you're looking at different types of contracts. So for example, if I come across to my Trader8 screen here, and I'll just going to log out of this. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to quit out of Trader8 Trader, and I'm going to open that up in a minute. And I'm going to show you what happens when you first log on to Trader8, and I'll explain the data that you need to use real-time data. And you don't need to spend a fortune. So I started out and I was actually spending $60, $70 a month initially with a whole bunch of data, and I realized fairly quickly, and it's mainly because I didn't really understand what a lot of these things meant, realized fairly quickly I didn't actually need all that. So when you log into Trader8 with a real account, you got an option to go into your live trading account. If you pay a reasonable amount of money, you can do market replay through Trader8. I don't use that feature. It's $50 a month to do that. So personally, I don't use it. Or you can go into the simulation, which is where the demo account is. So that's where I've been actively using or working lately. So this is my demo account. And The only thing, if you're interested in trading the stock indices, so that's NASDAQ, S&P 500, the Russell 2000, and other products from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, all you need to do is it gives you the data at the moment, but it's a delayed feed that's in the free account. But if you want to have live data and you actually trade live data which you need to have live data to do that, all you need to do is you go into your settings, and in your settings here, you'll see, hold on a second, I'll go back to there. You'll see that shows you my membership plan I'm on. So I've got no plan, which means I just pay a higher commission rate per trade. And the only other thing I've got is market data, and I pay for the CME top of book level 1 data. It costs $3. I'll cross out that out. You don't need some expiring my credit card. You only need this to trade the futures contracts on Tradeovate. That's the only piece of data you actually need if you want to just use this CME. Now, to do that, if you've got a free membership, you just come into here, go to update subscriptions. You scroll down here, and this is the part I struggled with when I started. I didn't really understand what I was doing, and unfortunately for me, early on, I actually ended up choosing this data here. I actually had the depth of the market level 2. I realized probably after 4 or 5 months of spending close to $60-$70, so it's actually $70 Australian a month, it was just overkill. I didn't actually need it. And if you're trading, particularly if you're using something like the ICT method, you only need the top of book data, which is just the price information. If you trade using other trading strategies where you might need the DOM or the depth of market, you may need this data. That's if you want the whole CME group, or if you're just using the main indices, you might only need that. But personally now for me, and I've turned all this off on probably about 3-4 months ago now, and it's been working great. So at the moment, my only minimum cost at the moment through Tradeovate is this $3 a month cost for the top of book level 1 data for the CME, which stands for Chicago Mercantile Exchange. If you actually want to get a little bit more details what that actually includes with that subscription, if you press view for your products, scroll down here and it shows you all the indices or all the products that are included in that subscription. So for me personally, I'm only at the moment trading the NASDAQ, the MES or micro E-mini, or the ES I should say, and I look at the Russell occasionally, but to be honest, I'm only trading those two. It's got some of the other micro contracts or some of the futures contracts on exchanges, on currencies. I don't trade those at the moment, not planning to for a while, but as you said, if you look through here, you've got the E-mini, NASDAQ 100, NQ, etc., etc. There's the ES, which is the E-mini S&P 500. And that's all you need for trading if you're going to follow the ICC method on the particulars membership series. So that's one thing that I've currently got. And to be really honest, if you're just starting out, that's all you need. No need to do anything further than that. So in your subscription, just basic plan, and you need to get the CME top of book level 1 data. So you're only going to be able to pocket effectively $3 US a month to get yourself going with Tradeovate. You will need to fund your Tradeovate account so that they'll actually give you an ongoing account past a 2-week free trial period. So they'll give you a demo account for a fortnight. You will need to fund that, otherwise the demo account expires. That was from memory. It's been for maybe 9 or 10 months ago since I did that, and I'm pretty sure that's still the case. But once you've set up and sent off that $500, it's cash that's there ready to trade when you're ready to trade in the future. But if you're just going to start out and get going with the demo account, just know that as well. The other thing that I also pay for currently, I just really peeled back all my costs a while ago because I was paying a fortune in subscriptions and data fees. The only other thing I do as well, and just as a nice to have, is I also do this. So Tradeovate actually do an integration with TradingView. They charge you $10 a month or $9.99 a month. And it's US. This is not necessary, and you only would do that if you would like to trade on chart through TradingView. That means basically if you've got your charts up within TradingView and you don't necessarily want to open up your TradingView or Tradeovate platform, you can actually place trades live on TradingView. So it's kind of a really nice feature. I have used that before. I'm probably going to start to use it again shortly. So for me at the moment, these are my costs with Tradeovate. $10 a month for my TradingView, and my $3 a month for my CME data. And I'm not planning to change that data feed, and I would only change that if I decided to trade other products that sat outside of this core group of products here. Probably the only next upgrade I'd look to do would be move to the CME group, which includes, if you look at this, it includes just a truckload more, and I'm fairly certain it includes basically all you see here. So except for it comes down to here, so I'm pretty sure that the CME group includes, it says here actually, brings all the data in from the CBOT, CME, COMEX, and NYMEX, which are 4 other exchanges, or 4 other platforms or exchanges that have different derivatives and different products that you can trade as well. But I won't do that for quite a while because I'm pretty focused on the NASDAQ and the S&P. So there you go, that's the settings you need to know about in Tradeovate. So to get into that, once again, when you've got your Tradeovate account open, this is the same through the web interface or also through the Tradeovate app. There's up the top right hand corner, there's a little settings button. You just press the settings button, come into subscriptions, go down to your plan will be already set up because that's what you choose when you set the account up in the first place, and then come down to market data, go to update subscriptions, and then you can add the data that you require. And if you want to, not required, and I probably suggest initially you don't bother, but if you would like to have the Tradeovate feature turned on as well, you need to come down here and turn that on as well. So those are the only 2 things I currently have on in my Tradeovate account. They're the only 2 ongoing costs I currently have with Tradeovate. So I'm spending roughly $13 a month to use my Tradeovate account. I don't need the TradingView feature, but I pay for that as well just because it's convenient. So switch across to TradingView now for a second, because when I started out, this is another thing that I thought, how much is it going to cost me to keep this thing going? So at the moment, as I've just said before, I'm spending effectively $13 US a month to use Tradeovate. You could actually trade exclusively here. You don't actually need TradingView necessarily. It gives you pretty comprehensive charts within Tradeovate. And if you're just starting out, it's not a bad idea just to not even bother about paying for anything else or use any other package. However, TradingView is basically the industry standard in regards to a retail trader's perspective. Most traders that I'm aware of, and heaps of YouTubers, use TradingView pretty exclusively. I use it as well. When I started out, I was a bit silly and I spent too much money, and I realized after a while I could have actually started with a free plan. So how do you know and how do you choose between the plans? The cool thing on their website, if you go to products, it does a nice big comparisons from the different plans. So they don't actually have a button here for choose a free plan because they're obviously really good at selling you. However, and you'll notice here there's a referral program as well. I'll have a link in the in the description of this live stream post, the live stream, or you can actually use that link if you don't already have a TradingView account, and you can sign up for that. Yeah, great. I get a little bit of a bit of a kickback for that, but I'm not doing this video to sell this particularly for you. I'm just sharing what I use. When you're looking at this, you've obviously got the monthly or the annual plans, so choose whichever way you want to pay. If you want to do a paid for plan, you can do a free plan. So if you come down here, the basic plan is free. The pro obviously has a few more features, and if you scroll down, you'll see all the differences between the two. Takes you time to work out what you need, and to start out with, I'd really just suggest, if you want to get used to TradingView, just go with a free plan. So you just sign up at the top and just choose a free plan to start off with, and away you go. Now, one thing you do need to do with TradingView, and if you don't have this, particularly if you want to trade with futures and you're using this platform, is that the CME group, which is where the futures products that I've been trading are, so the CME group, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, again, has delayed free data. So when you're looking at your charts with a default account, you will have the data there, but it's 10 minutes delayed. So if you want to actually live trade, or if you're watching a YouTuber, for instance, live trade as an example, and you're wondering why your data isn't the same as what you're seeing on their screen, it's because the free data is delayed by 10 minutes. So if you want that to be live data, you need to pay this fee. So it's $4 a month US, which will give you live data, which is live feed straight from the exchange. And I do that as well. So personally on TradingView, just for full transparency, I have this turned on. So I pay $4 a month. However, I also, I don't have, I fairly quickly when I started trading, I just, one of those people that just likes to buy everything you need and then realize later I probably didn't need to buy everything I was paid for. However, one of the things that happens, and TradingView is really aggressive, every November, typically on Black Friday, they do a ridiculously good sale, sometimes 60% off. So I actually grabbed the premium account last November and about 60% off, and I actually now have a premium account. Total overkill, don't need it. And I'd probably recommend, if you're, if you're fairly serious, I would recommend the Pro account as a minimum. You can get away with the free one, but I just find that the Pro or the Pro Plus account just give you a few features. For instance, 5 indicators on chart, 2 charts in one window, some alerts. I use alerts reasonably a lot, and a few other features which are useful to have. And then it's just a matter of working out as you trade, if you need the extra features to go up. Be pretty pragmatic about that though, because if you're starting out, these costs can add up pretty quickly. And I know when I started, I was probably paying, by the time I actually added it all up, I never did actually, but when I thought through it, I was probably paying the better part of $100 to $150 a month just to have all the tools turned on. And it was just total overkill. So anyway, once you've got an account set up, if you want to add these data down here, even with a free account, to add this data, it's just a matter of in your account settings. I'll just reload this. What you'll see here is when you log into your account settings, under account and billing. So I've logged in. If you click on your account up here and come into the settings, this is the settings tab here, and then you need to go to the account and billing section. In the account and billing section, it'll show you what your current plan is. So if you're on a free plan, I'm assuming it'll say free there. As you can see here, I'm due for a fairly big bill, but what will probably happen for me is this November, I'm sure they'll have another great deal at Black Friday, and I'll top up again my account and load it up for another year or so on a really good discount. So that's what I do personally. But the thing that I'm really doing this video about is to show you this. This is important. So if you want to have the live data, so you don't have a market delay on your data, you need this here. And so to add market data, it's just quite as simple as pressing this button. So you press add extra market data. It shows you the whole list of things that are available. You see the one I'm already subscribed to is $4 a month. It's grayed out. If you're interested in the other ones, you click on those as well. This took me quite a while when I started out to wrap my head around what I needed and what I didn't need. And it was really frustrating. I couldn't find any videos at all on the internet explaining any of this stuff. So I thought it'd be nice to share it with everyone else. So if you are looking to trade the futures contracts, particularly the ES and the NASDAQ and products such as that, this is the data set you need. You don't need anything else that'll do the job. Obviously, if you're trading stocks or if you're looking at other indices, don't get confused. I know this says NASDAQ stocks and NASDAQ indices. Those are not the ones you need if you want to trade the products that ICT talks about, which is the ES and the NASDAQ futures contracts, because they're traded on the CME exchange. So hopefully that's really helpful to people that are starting out. As I said, when I got started, I used to get really frustrated because this is such simple information, but it can be a massive barrier of entry. And I just couldn't believe I couldn't find this. There's no videos on YouTube explaining it. Some of the information was hidden within help files, etc. But yeah, there you go. So just a quick summary: Tradovate, minimum of, you can get away with it for as little as $3 a month. You do need to fund your account. As a minimum deposit, I think it's $500 to set your account up with them. Once that's set up though, you can set up a demo account and just demo trade. And it's really recommended, or as I said, the minimum you need there is $3 for your data feed for CME. And in TradingView, you need to make sure you've got this if you want to have live data. So, effectively, if you want to have a combination of Tradovate and TradingView, you could literally get away with it for $7 a month as a minimum cost. And if you want to have some of the extra features I talked about, that's obviously nice, but that's not really necessary. So there you go. That's my little special for Sunday evening in Australia at the moment, 24th of July. Hope you enjoyed that. I look forward to do my next video review tomorrow night after I've done, I'm not sure when I'll do it, but I'll do it after my next trading session. And until next time, as I said, I hope you're really enjoying your trading journey. And until next time, bye for now.